WPTV News Channel 5 at 11.
Right now, the Parkland School massacre.
He murdered 17. He wounded another 17, and he was trying for more.
Closing arguments for the deadliest mass shooting to ever go to trial.
The individual moral decision that you will be making is not a decision that should be made in an emotional state.
Tonight, lawyers are laying the groundwork for jurors to make their decisions.
It is pretty scary because of what happened at other schools, Stoneman Douglas.
South Florida high schools targeted by fake threats.
You never feel 100% safe at school. Panic-stricken
parents rushing to pick up their kids. The real life toll a hoax like this is having on students' mental health. FEMA answering calls for help. Nearly 3 weeks after Hurricane Ian made landfall, people in Okeechobee County now qualify for federal funding. We break down the relief being offered. And a happy dance. Despite devastating circumstances, a Southwest Florida deputy goes viral for how he directs traffic. The stoplight's still out because of Hurricane Ian. But first, at the top of the 11, jurors are now set to make their decisions in the trial for the Parkland school shooter. They'll have to decide life or death for 17 individual counts of murder. Our WPTV anchor Michael Williams spent the day outside the courtroom in Broward County. He shows us what happens next.
It was a systematic massacre.
Parkland families, at times stone-faced, at other times tearful. While feet away, Nikolas Cruz often sat head in hand. Prosecutor Mike Satz painting the portrait of a cold-blooded killer.
Hello, my name is Nick. I'm going to be the next school shooter of 2018. My goal is to kill at least 20 people with an AR and a couple of tracer rounds. I think I can get it done. Location, Stoneman Douglas in Parkland, Florida.
At times, it was too much to bear for victims' families. The graphic accounting of that Valentine's Day 2018 when Cruz went on his rampage at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School. Later, defense lawyer Melissa McNeil made the plea to spare the now 24-year-old Cruz the death penalty.
He bought his first gun, a rifle. Literally days after being designated a vulnerably mentally ill adult by the Department of Children and Family.
A confessed killer, but the defense said a life warped by neglect, abuse, and even before his birth by fetal alcohol syndrome.
The individual moral decision that you will be making about whether Nikolas should live or die is not a decision that should be made in an emotional state.
Their case is finished, and now time for 7 men and 5 women to decide death or life in prison. And again, important to note that if there are to be death penalty recommendations, they must come by a unanimous vote of this 12-person jury. And then ultimately, should that happen, it is up to the judge to make the final rulings. In Broward County, I'm Michael Williams, WPTV News Channel 5.
And tonight we're learning more about fake threats made at a dozen schools across South Florida, including 2 in Palm Beach County. Cardinal Newman High School and Boca Raton High School both locked down today. And with the Parkland trial coming to a close, as a parent, I can tell you it makes you sick to your stomach. And obviously these threats are also scary for students. Our WPTV's Joe Lopez takes a closer look at the impact these threats are having on our students.
It's important to note that because they were fake, no one was in any actual danger, but mental health experts say that the fear that the threat could have been real can have some serious impacts on a student long term. A report of an armed subject at Boca Raton High caused the school to go into lockdown.
Out of nowhere, we went into code yellow, and they didn't really tell us what was going on. And then right after, we went into code red.
Classrooms with doors locked and lights off were filled with students as they sent messages to their parents.
They were crying in the class, texting me. We are together, but we are crying and we are really afraid. Mom, please, we love you.
Parent Annika Biker has a senior and a sophomore at Boca High.
Oh my God, I was so in shock because I have 2 girls at the same time in the same class. I don't want to cry now in front of you, but I was like, I need to go there. I need to see what's happening.
Boca Raton police ruling the incident a hoax, but mental health experts say the damage is done.
One of the most difficult parts of a time like that is the anticipation. You know, when is the gunman going to come through the door? What's going to happen to us? What do we have to do? And that's what sets the stage for the trauma.
Psychotherapist Kristen Boma says youth in our area are exposed to inconsistent trauma, from school shootings to hurricanes, and worries about long-term anxiety, depression, or anger.
To the parents, do your best not to be fearful. Do your best to be compassionate for your child, because your child is the one who right now you're going to want to explore and let talk about the situation. But you as a parent, you are also traumatized.
Boma says that children are always observing how their parents react to situations like today's, so it's just as important for their parents to make sure they're mentally taken care of just as much as their children. Reporting in Boca Raton, Joel Lopez, WPTV, News Channel 5.
Making a false emergency call like this is known as swatting, referring to the SWAT teams that respond. It is a serious crime that law enforcement agencies take seriously. These calls trigger a large response of police and rescue crews, and even when it's a hoax, until there's an all clear, there's risk involved, putting people in harm's way. The people behind these kinds of calls are usually looking to create chaos and disruption. Palm Beach County State Attorney Dave Ehrenberg says the notion that this could just be a harmless incident is a mistake.
People may think that swatting is just a minor crime because it's a false 911 call, but if you are alleging that there's a gunman in the school, then that takes it up to a second-degree felony, punishable by up to 15 years in prison. And then we will seek restitution and costs. And so it's more than prison time you're facing, but you're also facing a very hefty bill to reimburse taxpayers for your actions.
And detectives are now trying to track down the person or people responsible for making these false threats. Finding them can be difficult, of course, especially if the person or the people making the call is or they are tech savvy. Miami-Dade police say 2 of their calls came from outside the state of Florida. Right now, more legal trouble for a man accused of killing 2 Royal Palm Beach high school students. A wrongful death lawsuit now filed against Angel Lopez. He's already facing 8 criminal charges connected to an early morning crash in March. Investigators say he was under the influence when he crashed into a group of students waiting to catch their bus. Lopez was released from jail last month. He's being held on house arrest. Well, today, the Justice Department urged the Supreme Court to reject former President Donald Trump's request to intervene in the dispute over classified documents seized from Mar-a-Lago in August. Calling the records extraordinarily sensitive, the Justice Department said the Supreme Court should let a federal appeals court order stand. It blocked the special master's access over those records while legal challenges play out. Trump's lawyers want the special master assigned in the case to review more than 100 documents marked classified. Governor Ron DeSantis is being sued over records associated with 2 charter flights that brought migrants to Martha's Vineyard. A government watchdog group in Florida filed a lawsuit yesterday seeking to force Governor DeSantis' administration to release records about those flights. The lawsuit alleges that DeSantis' office failed to produce several public records about the state's relocation program. Relief is on the way finally for people impacted by Hurricane Ian in Okeechobee County. FEMA announcing today that residents are now eligible for that federal funding. The county is still in the process of getting rid of storm debris and also making repairs. Here's a look at some of the expenses FEMA is covering. The agency will reimburse for hotel expenses for uninsured and underinsured residents. This is available to people who are, again, not able to return to their home because of hurricane-related damage. Rental and transportation assistance is also available. We're told that medical and dental aid will also be provided for people who don't have insurance. We have more information on how you can take advantage of these services, of course, on our website, WPTV.com. And some good news to share, and a major milestone for people in Southwest Florida. A date is now set for when the Sanibel Causeway will reopen. Governor Ron DeSantis announcing that it will be ready for full-time traffic on October 21st. The bridge is already being used by bucket trucks and tractor trailers, providing essential supplies for people that are on the island. And If you need a reason to smile, take a look at this. This will make you smile. A deputy in Lee County is going viral for his skills at directing drivers and dancing. Members of the sheriff's office have been out since the storm hit at stoplights that are still out because of the storm. The Lee County Sheriff's Office posted this video on their Facebook page this morning. It, as we said, gone viral. It has more than 73,000 views. Our James Whelan, I don't know how you're going to follow this act, but maybe you're going to have to do some dancing while you tell us what's happening in the tropics.
My man has got some energy out there,
He does.
huh? Wow, lots of spring in his step. All right, so yeah, in the tropics here, the brand new update from Tropical Storm Carl. Not a lot of change from earlier. 40-mile-per-hour winds moving to the north-northwest, just creeping along there at 6 miles per hour. Forecast strengthening just slightly here and then coming right back down to the south and moving into Mexico here. And it will be gone by pretty much Friday. This will be it with that one. It's not going to come our way at all. So for us, the tropics will remain quiet. Looking at a couple of sprinkles making their way on shore there in Indian River County. Elsewhere, just some high cloudiness moving in from the west. Current temperatures upper 70s to low 80s. And lows tonight hovering around 80 along the coast, mid 70s inland, upper 80s tomorrow. Another hot, humid day with a few showers around. Rain chances do go up with the next front. I'll show you that coming up in a bit.
Hey, James, thank you. Next at 11, the last-minute rush to register. Thousands of Floridians trying to get their information in on time as a voter registration deadline approaches. The so-called Ian effect could help Governor Ron DeSantis keep his seat. New signs showing the hurricane is helping him on a political level. The final deadline to register to vote is nearly here. You have about 45 minutes or so left to register online. 11:59 is the cutoff. Thousands of Floridians rushing to get their information in so they can cast ballots next month. In Palm Beach County, more than 4,000 people registered in just the past week. Since the primary in August, 30,000 people signed up to vote. Early voting begins October 29th. There will be 21 sites set up countywide to cast your ballot before Election Day. Now, political experts think that Hurricane Ian will definitely play a role in the race for governor. The massive storm nearly put the election on hold for about 2 weeks during a crucial period when mail ballots are being delivered to voters. It also may have inadvertently helped Governor Ron DeSantis, who is still front and center managing the crisis. The Republican incumbent called at least 28 news conferences since September 26. Campaign strategists suggest the airtime was worth millions of dollars in free TV ads each day, and polling could be a problem for the Chris campaign as well. A Mason-Dixon survey of 800 taken around Ian's landfall showed DeSantis up 11 points.
When you had a major poll released right on the heels of a hurricane and it shows a wide gap, that's the worst possible news for the Chris campaign.
And Charlie Crist has tried to stay in the limelight. The Democrat has hosted about half as many press events, some virtually. Crist made a stop in South Florida today. He was at Planned Parenthood in West Palm Beach this afternoon, highlighting his stance on abortion rights, hoping to use the issue to rally support and encourage his base to show up at the polls on Election Day. Well, now to a smashing success by NASA. New data shows its mission to knock an asteroid off course went even better than they hoped. And that's good news for our planet. The 7 million miles away photographic proof, here it is, that NASA's DART mission worked. That exploding cloud of dirt and rock is the moment the refrigerator-sized spacecraft slammed into an asteroid. The impact gave it a big shove, knocking it off course. This particular asteroid, though, posed no risk. NASA says it might use the same technique in the future if there ever is a massive meteor on a collision course with Earth.
Good to know they got some results. All right, now we normally see the sunrise or the sunset. How about the moonrise in Jensen Beach here on the time lapse? Beautiful out there for sure. Just a few clouds moving on in from the west, mainly high cloudiness. Still kind of bright out there from the moon. Not a full moon. We had that on Sunday, but it's only Tuesday, so still pretty full and bright looking out there. A couple of showers moving into Indian River County there near Vero Beach. Be aware of that. Otherwise, elsewhere is pretty dry. Temperatures are warm and muggy. 80 degrees now in Fort Pierce, 81 in Stewart, 83 in West Palm. Yesterday or this morning, we barely even broke out of the 80s. And tonight will be more of the same. Mid-70s for the Treasure Coast, near 80 for the Palm Beaches. That chance for an isolated shower to blow on in. Tomorrow, expect highs mid to upper 80s. Again, very humid, so it's going to feel like 99 degrees, 98, 99 in the afternoon. We will have a few more showers or even a rumble of thunder out there tomorrow. That stalled frontal boundary is going to retreat northward as a warm front. We're in the warm sector here with a few showers and storms expected and just hot and humid. By Thursday, we do get a cold front that approaches. Ahead of the cold front, scattered showers and thunderstorms expected. Always we see that ahead of the front here. It may linger into Friday morning, but then by Friday afternoon, that front pushes on through. We get some drier air to move on in here. Now, not a ton cooler and not a big drop in humidity. In fact, big differences between the two major models too, where the American, the GFS model, stalls the front really close to us. The European pushes it well down to the south. Dry conditions, sunny skies, where GFS will have more clouds around and a little bit more rain. So we've kept some rain chances in respect to that here through the weekend, but still expecting that humidity to drop a little bit. It's not a ton. Notice it's a slight drop here on Friday and maybe through the weekend, and then possibly another stronger front by the end of next week. Now, Tropical Storm Carl, 40-mile-per-hour winds. This is not going to bother us. In fact, the track pushes it back down to the south, so this is not one we have to worry about, and it's going to be history by Friday. It'll be gone. Beach and boating forecast, a few showers out there, sure. Seas about 2 to 3 with maybe a new northeast swell showing up with the surf bumping up a little bit late in the day. So be careful of that if you are heading out. The rip current threat will be higher later in the day with the falling tide. Upper 80s, hot and humid the next couple of days. Pretty cloudy with some rain around on Thursday and maybe some thunderstorms. Then we dry out for Friday with a little bit less humid air moving in Friday through the weekend. Temperatures drop a little bit too into the mid 80s.